설 별미소나 아리쇼다 최소 송내 무쇼 규대 내배 갸돌라네 고갑 나좀 베데 갸뷰르제바 뜨도 고갑 나좀 베데 갸뷰르제바 뜨도
상원을 뜻을 다른기 제림 고주에인 진호 공사 겸견 전부 초라 귀자 응원도 표배토 Teri Chinda Gube Seji Nimodini Toma Pemi Gada Tuju Nebu Chene Longo Yenga Korwe Tujin Kebanchi Shi Tan Tuzi Didan Dune Pemi Namla Kadin Lala Tu Chewe Minnesota Shunda Mima Namla Chidin Sobe Kodi Shuba Shi Tiringi Zego Dito Kundun Sobo Ngadi Sigyon Mark Tidin Cho Tanda Pigure Kuran U Pemi Digzuki Kasha Kuza Pende Shuri Kalu Yudo Kamakele Zube Kundun Yonla Kundun Yonta Gendungi De Mima Tenge Samdi Tashi Dele Shugudan Chumbale Shugu. On behalf of Board of Directors of Tibetan American Foundation of Minnesota, Tibetan community, it is honor and privilege to welcome our chief guest, who will be coming soon, and guest of honor from Central Tibetan Administration, Religious and Cultural Minister, Yudo Gama Gelecho, and our special guest, Senator Keith Ellison, who will be also coming soon. Oh, he's here. Thank you, Mr. Ellison. State Senator Carolyn Lane, Representative Peggy Flanagan, who is also coming, might be here soon, Representative Mary Kunish-Poydin, and members of Parliament, Mrs. Pema Chazosa, Mr. Sewan Rinzin, Councilmember Alandra Kano, and her two little kids, Dr. Paul Mueller from Mayo Hospital, founders and supporters of Tibetan American Foundation Minnesota, North America Tibetan Association presidents, and other distinguished guests who are gathered here on this historic celebration of Tibetan American Foundation Minnesota 25-year anniversary and Thank You Minnesota event. Next, we will Gonta Dishude Kang Pero na Shui Pende Churi Kale Kamaki Dola Pero na De Shabgashiro na Shui Gon Tenju Ya Pero na Chidu Namba Mary and Carolyn Lane, also Keith Ellison, Congressman Keith Ellison, sorry, I would like to request you to take a seat up here at the podium. Representative Peggy Flanagan, if you are here, please come up to the stage. Dijela Penden Gudu Tazanki Genduba Namne Pegu Nandenki Tumo Mayimbe Taya Tene Tashiki Shizi Mulam Shugu.
Ya sanji chuda soji sonamla changchun bargo dani kya soji dagi ji soji be sonamji dolam benji sanji rupa yo sanji chuda soji sonamla changchun bargo dani kya soji dagi ji soji be sonamji dolam benji sanji rupa yo sanji chuda soji sonamla changchun bargo dani kya soji dagi ji soji be sonamji dolam benji sanji rupa Punzon sopa ngawa sige rewa da jidin sonjin gombo jemba sopa Sangye pe mandam pa jibe jengawa Dine jidin jibe chashi dambo Dine wara dimbe chura miyo wa Jidi sumna chaji la dami jib Chiji damba chigu na la shi jibe Dine jidin jibe chashi nibaw Gindin damba chidin dimbe chashi sho Meda la ma yi jibin Tsogi jora ngoza shi dampi jiji Dine jidin jibe chashi sumba wo Migu lumbu kuyi chashi sho Ye la zhu ju sum ji zha shi xiu, ta da zu yu du ji zha shi xiu, jia yu gu sum du ji zha shi xiu. Gang ri ra yu guo yu xin gang de, pen da de wang ma lu ju wen. Ji ri sin wang din zin jia su yi, xia yu si di ba din yu ru ji. 电报机电康苏军报道，电报你与新都塞瓦当，电子不路新都吞巴伊，电报有人那边扎西修。
Kama yudo chola, ani tuje chebigi, sinda piro shugi. It is my honor and privilege to introduce to you our chief guest, Governor Mark Tibetan, serving as the 40th current governor of Minnesota since 2011. He was previously a United States Senator. It is my honor and privilege to introduce to you our chief guest, Governor Mark Tibetan, serving as the 40th current governor of Minnesota since 2011. He was previously a United States Senator in 2015 and again in 2017. He was appointed by President of the United States to serve at the Council of Governors, which is responsible for advising the Secretary of Defense, Secretary of Homeland Security, and White House Homeland Security Council on matters related to National Guard and civil support missions. It is my honor to welcome Governor. And Governor, thank you so much for taking time in your busy schedule to be here among us. I would like to request our Central Tibetan Administration Minister, Religion and Culture, Wen Yuto Kamagelela, to present a token of gift to the state of government, the Minnesota, and Governor. And our Vice President will give us a little short speech.
We're presenting this award to thank our beautiful state of Minnesota. For the past 25 years, we have made this our home, and Minnesota has welcomed all of us with open arms. We can't express how grateful we are for all the state has done for us. Thank you very much, and we hope you will accept this token to show our appreciation, and we hope to receive continued support in the future. We are also providing a newsletter to recognize our 25th anniversary to show how Tibetans in Minnesota have grown since 1992.
Thank you. Thank you very much. Thank you. Wow. Beautiful. Thank you.
Next, I would like to request Governor to address the audience. Thank you.
Well, thank you very, very much. It's a beautiful plaque, and since we're exchanging plaques now, let me provide mine, which is a proclamation. I'm not going to read it all because, first of all, I can't see the print. Also, because it's lengthy, but I'm naming, since tomorrow is the Tibetan Democracy Day, this commemoration, Tibetan American Foundation of Minnesota Day, throughout the state of Minnesota is tomorrow, Sunday, September 2nd. I'm very honored to be invited and pleased to be with you here today. I want to begin by introducing, I have this fabulous, where's Tenzin Dolker? Where's Dolker? I have a fabulous person, works in my office. She's the Minnesota Rail Director and also Senior Policy Advisor in my office. Fabulous, fabulous person, and we're very, very proud of her and the work she does. It's great to see so many of you here and to recognize how important the population, the Tibetan population is to Minnesota. I went to Tibet once, back in June of 2007. I got on a train with some friends from in Shanghai and took the train 48 hours. We went up over the mountains on these enormous rail on these enormous pillars and up over the mountains about 17,000 feet. They were pumping oxygen into the car. And we landed, arrived, and this kind of Stalin-esque train station. You know, the Chinese government usually does things sort of on a different scale from, say, a Stalin. But this is like this huge concrete fortress that was sort of, I guess, their way of saying, we're here and we're not leaving. But we had a fascinating time. I had a small sip of yak butter tea. I don't highly recommend it. But the people were just amazing. And of course, we saw people who had been making their pilgrimages who were, had buffers on their knees and their elbows so that they could stop every 20 yards or so and prostrate themselves and pray. It was really very humbling and very powerful, and it showed to me the incredible spirit of the Tibetan people. As we were flying out, I could look up into the valleys. It had the mountains and then came down to these water-created valleys with small roads. Started out as concrete, and then they became just really trails. And I could see people on them, and these would be probably some of the people who came in made these pilgrimages, but I thought, that's the real Tibet. That's free Tibet right there. You know, Chinese may occupy the city of Lhasa, but they don't occupy the people, and they don't occupy the land that is still what it was and has been for centuries, and hopefully will continue to be. It's the authentic nature of Tibet was really astonishing, and I was very humbled and honored to be there. I had a chance to meet with the Dalai Lama about 4 or 5 years ago, and it was scheduled to be a fairly brief meeting, but I mentioned that I had been to Lhasa, and he said he had not been in Tibet since he was 4 years old. So he was very interested in asking me about my impressions of the city and what part of the country I saw, and it was, and I got one of these, what do they call them? Hadas? My foreign languages are very foreign, sorry. But I'm still very honored to receive this and very honored to be with you, be with my great friend Keith Ellison, Congressman Ellison, Carolyn Lane, other distinguished members of the Minnesota government, Keith especially. And most of all, I just want to say I honor all of you. I thank you for your being here in Minnesota. I'm told we have the second largest Tibetan population of anywhere in the country. I'm proud of that. Hope you're proud of that too, that you have such a tremendous force. And if you have other young people like Tenzin Dolker, would you please bring them to my office on Tuesday? Because we want to hire them immediately. I had a wonderful receiving. She is so good, so hardworking. What a great role model for the young children I met with walking along the longest receiving line I've ever been. I arrived here about an hour and a half ago, but I was shaking hands with all the kids along the way. It took a little longer, but very honored to be with you. Congratulate you. I wish you a very successful and joyous weekend. Thank you.
Thank you, Governor. Ari tuzo ome tumi Keith Ellison chone sungye nangyu. Our next speaker is Representative Keith Ellison. He serves in his 5th term representing 5th Congressional District, which includes the city of Minneapolis and surrounding suburbs where many of the Tibetans live. Congressman has supported us and joined our community in many events. And he's one of the strong supporters of Tibet cause and issue. This year, his office staff has joined us during our Losar celebration. We also had the privilege to introduce Tundu Wangchenla, former prisoner of Tibet, who has recently visited Minnesota. And I thank Mr. Keith Ellison, Congressman, for giving us the time and being here today with us. And I would like to request for Mr. Ellison to address the community.
Thank you very much. I will always make time, always be committed to standing with the Tibetan community. I wish that I could appreciate how profound and important it is for us to be together here. I know that many of you long for the day when you could return to Tibet. I know many of you raised in countries other than Tibet, and I know that although your feet are firmly planted here in Minnesota, your heart is in Tibet. And so we stand with you. We want you to know that we are in solidarity with you and believe that the restoration, independence, and the autonomy that the Tibetan people deserve one day will be theirs. This really is an honor because so many Tibetan Americans have chosen to make Minnesota their home. We're honored by your presence. we're honored by you being here with us, sharing the gifts that your community has to offer. I have had the privilege of getting to know many Tibetan friends, some of whom work in the labor movement, who work hard to make sure that working people have dignity in their jobs. And I've had the privilege of getting to know Tibetan business people who pull together enterprise to offer good products, good services, and to make jobs for people. I've had the privilege of getting to know some of you who are experts in Tibetan culture, and you share the richness and the beauty and the music of Tibetan culture with all of us, who without you, we would not know anything about it. And so we are grateful to you. And we also, many of us who are not Tibetan, have benefited from the spiritual guidance and the spiritual insight that is offered by His Excellency the Dalai Lama, as well as monks and priests and other people who give spiritual guidance to everyone. You should know that the Dalai Lama is not only a treasured person to the Tibetan people, but to all of us who believe in peace, love, who believe in unity, who believe in all these things. And so I just want to let you know that as long as there's breath in me, the Tibetan community can expect my support. And I thank you. Thank you for having me here.
Congressman Ellison, thank you so much in your busy schedule, taking time to be with us here. Thank you. Di Shula Yu Tishula yu pimi dingsu ge penden churi kalin yudo kama gele chotan chang ari kusat tunju muru trin la chang ari chudu ni zebe minisore chudin sobe sozo ngawan chimi la namne shuri rinpoche mende tensun digwi shugyu. Next we will have Mendel offering ceremony. Taringi Kudu, Nixon Kundu, U Pemi Dixuki, Kasha Kuza, Pending, Shuri Kalu, Yundo Kamagele, Chola, Sunshedang Shuguin. Next, I would like to request upon Central Tibetan Administration, Minister of Culture and Religion, Yudo Kamagelela, to welcome the speech with the address. Thank you.
Honorable guests on the dais, distinguished brothers and sisters, first of all, I would like to extend a very warm greetings from Dharamshala on behalf of the Kashak, meaning the Council of Ministers of the Central Tibetan Administration, to all of you on this occasion. I don't want to take much of time. And secondly, I would like to heartily congratulate the Tibetan American Foundation of Minnesota on its 25th anniversary. Congratulations and big applaud to all those people who have worked so hard for all these 25 years, as a result of which we all of us see the vibrant nature of the Tibetan community in Minnesota. So I would like to thank and congratulate all of you. Ladies and gentlemen, this year, 2018, with Central Tibetan Administration have decided to observe it as a year of thank you, being the 60th year of His Holiness the Dalai Lama and many Tibetan exiles who followed him coming into the exile. So, of course, if we look back, we can review in detail what we have achieved. At the same time, in some cases, maybe we have committed some mistakes, so forth and so on. But most importantly, as a tradition and the culture of the Tibetan Buddhism, whatever achievement we made, it must be because of so many factors, mainly because of the assistance and kindness and cooperation of so many other people. So that's why, although there are so many things we need to commemorate and remember and learn lessons from the past, and also rejoice and appreciate our own success in the past. But most importantly, the Central Tibetan Administration thought that we should first of all thank all those who have been very kind to us. So as a result of it, we have made a thank you celebration all over the world. And tonight, I think this is also a great occasion to thank from all Tibetans and the Central Tibetan Administration, to wholeheartedly thank the United States of America, its great people, and also the Minnesota and its great people. So I would like to thank the United States and the Minnesota very, very much on behalf of the Central Tibetan Administration and on behalf of all the Tibetans on this occasion. All your assistance have not been in vain. So we are slightly proud of some of our achievements, although we are very much still on the way to make further progress and achieve our desired goals. But we very much like to celebrate and thank all our supporters for the achievements, whatever we have made in the past 60 years. So on this note, because there are so many other speakers, and I may have another chance to speak in Tibetan maybe tomorrow, so I would like to stop here. Thank you very much.
Thank you. Next, we will DJ La Gonda. Minnesota ngade trezo me tumi trezo trezo kome tumi Carolyn Lane chone kalo sunshe nangyu. Next, we have with us our State Senator Carolyn Lane to address the public. I would like to thank Senator Carolyn Lane to being here. You're supported through many of our struggles. You have joined us for a community celebration, and not only that, you have been there when we were having a hard time trying to get a space or a community, a new building of our own, and also continued support all the time and available. I would like to thank you. And please come here and address. I would like to request you to address the community. Thank you.
Well, I'm very glad to be here again with you. Over the last 12 years, I guess, it's been my privilege to get to know this community. It was about that time that some of the people that live in my area gathered with us to tell the story of the Tibetans coming to Minnesota. Many of you live in my district, and it was a joy to hear about how in about 1992, you got permission to come to the United States, just 1,000, and 160, I believe, is the number that came to Minnesota. And you had to have a family to be your host family so that they would make sure you were provided for, and then you needed to get stabilized with a job and an income before you could bring your family, which you did. So that now we have hardworking people like Tenzin, who works at the governor, so that we have 5,000 people in the state of Minnesota thereabouts. It's very, very wonderful. So I'm very proud that you chose Minnesota. I'm very proud that I have gotten to be able to know you. And over the years, I've been able to join you on many events and to have several audiences with the Dalai Lama, which has been, as you can imagine, an extreme pleasure. I have seen people who may not have been inclined towards friendliness to different religion be charmed and fall in love with the heart of the Dalai Lama, His Holiness. It has been a great pleasure. We have such a struggle in this country now with political divisiveness and anger building, and yet the Dalai Lama knows this, and you know this from your own country in Tibet, where, goodness sakes, the religion, the culture, the language, even property has been taken from you. And yet you persist, you keep the culture alive here, you keep the language alive here, you keep it going here. And it is just a pleasure on my part that you can do that here. And the Dalai Lama, His Holiness brings that spirit of compassion as a model for all of us. How do we deal? How do we deal with our lives? How do we deal with things? We keep that open and warm heart and learn how to just keep it alive in us. So it has been a distinct pleasure for me to work with you over the years, to work on that community center, which we will get one of these days, because you need the space. You need the space to continue the language. You need the space to raise your children. You have such a distinct working to keep your children educated, to get your children educated. It is just a pleasure for me to watch this happen, and you need the space in which to have the cultural experiences and the education for your children. So this is a goal that we will continue to work together on. And again, it is a pleasure to be here, and it is a pleasure to work with you both in the heart level and in the actual practical, let's get a community center level. Thank you.
Thank you, Senator Carolyn Lane. DJla Minnesota ngade trezo home tumi Peggy Flanagan chola kalo sungshan naro shugi. Next, I would like to request our representative Peggy Flanagan to address the audience. State Senator Peggy Flanagan, Representative Peggy Flanagan, currently serves the District 46A, which I think includes some of the St. Louis Park area where Tibetans live. Thank you for being here. I know you're really busy with your schedule, but I'm grateful that you took this time to be with us.
My pleasure. Thank you. Good evening. I'm going to introduce myself to you in my traditional language of Ojibwe. Buju, Peggy Flanagan, and Dishnakaz, Guabaga, Nigarikag, Nenjunjaba, Mayangan, and Dodame. My name is Peggy Flanagan. I'm a citizen of the White Earth Band of Ojibwe, and my family is the Wolf Clan. And the role of our clan is to ensure that we're not leaving anyone behind and to live our lives in a good and humble way. So I'm honored and humbled to be here with you this evening. I think there are similarities between the Anishinaabe, the Ojibwe people, and Tibetans. As we have both been displaced from our traditional homeland, as we work to ensure that we can continue to speak our language, to practice our culture, those are things where I would like to be in solidarity with all of you, working shoulder to shoulder to ensure that we can make sure that we are still here for generations. I am currently running for Lieutenant Governor with Congressman Tim Walz, who some of you may know. And Congressman Walz has a deep commitment to Tibet. And he regrets that he can't be here with you this evening. He was actually in Washington, D.C. attending Senator John McCain's funeral. So he sends his best wishes to all of you. As you know, Congressman Walz has visited Tibet with Nancy Pelosi and has a deep commitment to Tibetan Americans. And so again, I just send his best wishes to all of you. It's a wonderful problem to have, to be outgrowing your community center, as Senator Lane mentioned earlier, and that's something that we wish you good luck in that, and also want to be supportive of those efforts to secure that new community center. And wish you just 25 years. What an incredible event, and congratulations for 25 years of the Tibetan American Foundation of Minnesota. This is a really tremendous occasion and opportunity, and I'm just so happy to be here with all of you. But the thing that I want to just lift up in this moment, and Senator Lane mentioned it as well, we find ourselves in very divisive times. Politically, and that somehow has seeped into many of our hearts. And so when I look at the teachings of His Holiness, the Dalai Lama, that are grounded in love and peace and compassion, those are the very things that should be guiding us right now. My hope is that those are things that will guide us in our private lives, but those then extend to the ways that we conduct ourselves publicly as well. Because when we lead from a place of peace and compassion and love, we find that the right things fall into place and we can take care of one another. So I will say in my language, Chime MN, big thanks for the work that you do here and the work that we can do together to make Minnesota a more inclusive and welcoming place for everyone. Thank you so much.
Thank you, Representative Finnegan, for being here. I know you're really busy with the campaign, but we are grateful for taking time to be here with us in this special event of ours. Good
evening. I'm Minneapolis Mayor Jacob Fry.
Next, we have our state representative, Mary Kunish-Pordin, to address the audience. Mary Kunish-Pordin represents also, I think, District 41B, where a lot of our Tibetan community and me in New Brighton live in. And we thank you for being here. And also, we had the privilege to introduce Thundup Wangchin, our former political prisoner at the state capitol, with Senator Carolyn Lane. And welcome, and please address the audience first.
Thank you. Good evening. Thank you so much for inviting me to be here with you this evening. It's wonderful to be with my Tibetan neighbors and to be able to represent the folks that are here this evening. It's really my privilege to do so. It's also very poignant for me to share this evening with you all because I too am a descendant of Native American folks, much like Representative Flanagan. I come from a long descendant of Lakota Indians, and I can surely identify with the effects of the diaspora of our Native American folks as well as those of our Tibetan folks. When my grandfather moved away from the Standing Rock Reservation, he took away his history. He left his tribe, he lost his language and his culture, and it began as a strong disconnect of our ancestry to our Native American culture as well, much like many of you might be experiencing at this time. But fortunately, both he and my parents and the community made sure that we carried the memories of our homeland and our ancestors with pride, and we rejoiced in our heritage. And tonight's event is evidence of how your community has dedicated itself to passing on the soul of your culture as well. Many of you have long and loving memories of the country that you were forced to leave to save your own lives and to ensure the future of your families and your country. We are so fortunate to be able to add your culture to the diversity of Minnesota. Your children and your grandchildren, meanwhile, are missing those memories, and I'm really sad to know that. But I'm so happy to recognize your efforts to hold strong to your Tibetan identity. And as an educator and as a legislator, I've learned from my students and my constituents to appreciate your community, and I appreciate you sharing your stories and your culture with me. There's an inspiring sense of unity not only here in this room, but in our community, of your shared history and crucially, your shared futures here in Minnesota, and I urge you to hold tight to them. The challenges ahead for Tibetans are sure to be long and hard, and you will most likely continue for some time to fight for what is yours. But we can, all of us, give our skills and our energy to ensure that your journey and your contribution to this great state of Minnesota is met with compassion. And I stand here with you and with Senator Lane, with Senator Ellison, Representative Flanagan, in solidarity. So happy to call you my Tibetan brothers and sisters. And so I want to thank you again for inviting me here tonight and including me here in this celebration and the 25th anniversary of your community. And I want to wish that you may all be filled with loving kindness, that you may be well, that you may be peaceful and at ease, and may you be happy. Thank you very much.
Next, we have a small video recording from a message from Minneapolis.
Good evening. I'm Minneapolis.
Which will be shown on the screen. And DJ langanzu tanda Minneapolis ki mayor Jacob Frey cho ni nindi tunduju na yore tanda tujengi di tola di sibishugi.
Good evening. I'm Minneapolis Mayor Jacob Frey. I'm sorry I couldn't join you in person tonight. There's so much to celebrate in the Tibetan community. Please know that my door is always open, and my team and I will do our best to support you. I have worked with your community since my days as a council member and have gained a deep appreciation for your beautiful culture and people. While 2018 marks the 59th year of the Tibetan community living in exile, we are hopeful that you find solace and a happy home here in our city. We're proud of our Tibetan community, a strong part of our hospital and medical industry, SEIU members, homeowners, and a civically engaged and active people, especially through the Tibetan Youth Organization, Tibetan Nurses Association, and Tibetan Women's Association. Your community has grown and thrived since a resettlement of just 160 Tibetans in Minnesota in 1992. The Tibetan people now number over 5,000 people in Minneapolis and the surrounding suburbs. I have no doubt that you will continue to prosper and continue to make Minneapolis a better city. Happy 25th anniversary to the Tibetan American Foundation of Minnesota. Have a wonderful evening.
And the Mayor Jacob Frey Kwan and Indinyamdo tanda Kwashu na Orlando Kano Kwan ki gyagyon nenga tukasi tanda Chinda Sumbe ki tariku tanda ngansu Mount Kasa Sumju Tujen da DNA ani Tibet Days tanda proclamation china and resolution chi passed yore ani Kwan ngansu zego kabla pege shena la kasore pe Indinyamdo council member mangbuchigi kyabgyo na yore tujichi shugi. I would like to thank Orlando Kano, council member Orlando Kano, who is among us here, and with her and the council members of Minneapolis, we have received proclamation, and not only that, a resolution as Tibet Day on March 9 and 10. And Mayor wasn't able to join in, but we thank him and the council members for giving us this video clip message. We'll give the keynote address.
당고들레야 남로 드린 대갈 패배 군주소 진주 패밀리 속에 가샤구자 추리간로 유도 감길이 쳐다 아니 장리 구습 튼주 저배 지도나 버서 다 안에 대 아리 조속이 두면 넘버 몇만 넘버 삼을로게 참지 러시들이 주고요. 라제 시시 조에 자리 시딘 데보 감순 최이게보 두렵 니주베 domba 쳔보 부밀라나 메베 우티 고사 장고 쳔보 촐라 고순 고샤 응원도 다네 도망에 드링 데르페베 짬내 긴도 넘었다 신앙의 공조 넘바 드린제 원믹세 공조조 아데 세종 쇼다 아리 조조 공게 투미 산에기 총계지역 제주 분미 뒤쪽에 가샤가 고자 반대 추리 갈로 유도 까마길이 초다 장리 고습 전주 가수 무주 신초 로장 아리 고 지도 남니 외베 장 아리 지도 소박하게 소주당 소숑 남바 대신 사장 망소 용의 도망에 드린 믹스기 님들의 민주소다 산에 매망 유지 섭션에 참마 뜻이들에게 참주시기 이 맞아 정보 수비시 기남 대가르페바 토지체 주기 맞아 범인남 지동급 양급 중 어글로라 전주도 연고도네 야나마고 온주오 범메리 교용나 강의 친부식 태네 메릭 chanchi 참술 레베 갑데레 버지 투모 마이베 쇼더리 슝 송급당 메릭이 뭐 말라베치 전주도 레벨레 보롱베나 주웬 노즈당 무그소 슝네 레베시메 밀루 투주 전주 론데나 고사장고 쳐보 쳐게 깔로 남도다 전주 범위 뒤쪽에 우지 남베고 예지토게 슝다 줘서 메마제지 잡혀를 때네 범위남 전주와 단대나는 민로시 차유바 마세 범위 투모마이베 쇼더리 슝 미리기 모다 제바 순교토바 종요라 산에디 차샤나야 다자 민소르 버리 지든 소바 소베리 슌테네 간 투토바 중요 조체슈 실로 지동고 고주 탐벨로 아메리카에 슌다 조선이지 잡ጆ를 때네 나지수 비미지동 시자주 조남 아리산에카 니슈자주 잠나 차고지 카도스 내 유진 아리나 뉴욕다 뉴지지 푸 멘데소라 버리 망슈 니마 임베 산에시 차요바타 다대 균령원에 지두된베 나디디나 부메릭 부릭 멤버로 숨도네 시도 잡유베 초바 주시요 디리네 절지동급자 구주 권인론네 산에들 민주소도 부리 지도 소보존네 밀루스부 뉴스생활 코베 되주 임바땡 네 고급대주 보보통만 dirjoga kanji lamdo nangeda laksa namdo ji charo nange trobuchi jewada rare gebada choba chuzo kha je chen ri shi bo mego bar tada ku chushu yobata deru su sonwa chamara toji ga de lami de she shu yin ngade dene yagu yawa seshi gundu kawa tukla 장을 체외 법을 되게 참았다 하바도 잡리나 깨라 유베 매유 맹가 유다 권수쇼 어리 집주 만나나 마도 데를 틱리 폐지 유베 사고 미세시 인다 민드서의 법원네 산내 신지 법다 면러와 어리렘네 로카주 친자 보단자와 장안지지 남시 효통계당 보 간제별 하게 파바지레시기 시제 숭도 양양지주 고급된배 세라망보 순읍삭배 법시 텐더손산 데레 권사장권 정부초 집주갑 매요맹관계 대요 멤버남다 나데 슝다 조조지 우디 남바 졸라 로드스목하게 롭지소 대요 남바 구순교계 투게 신계 우당 산내게 대요 하바도 매요맹관계 대요 멤버남배 권사초가 구주시 메주대 간지 샵슈나와 나조 메누소레 법바참마다 시지 품의 유연지 삽슈네 도지까지 최슈주의 메누소레 진주 소보존에 론이생과 고지 요바당 나조 균레 감니생과 인시 대베 론이생에리 진주 소보에 산의 시계와 Mema namla dawa shujudan, Kwanza choke Kalab Lamdon, Tunju Yoma Shujudan, Rande Shunji namla, Meriki Ngo Malaba, Chigove, Lobsu Tuju, Choda Rishun, Sunju Chiju, Kuzab Tunju Kanda, Jerry Judibe Lamdon, Gabjol Dene, Gerilla dawa Chiju Cheji, Drumde Mema Bazam Chujuve, So Sane Mansotan, Chidu Sobe Sozu Rimchu, Yone Rimju, Gege Rimju, Che, Tumo Bezun Chebe Kati Yimbe, Tirin Kogab de June, Kinamla, Tamara, Tujiche Shugin. Lagwar Gonzajango Chimbucho, Sane Diri Shapsu Koga, Zedi Katsu Chenayan, Sane Manzola, Tuzawa Chimbo, Jagatan, Lando Golub Zebe, Katine, Mendesor Pubatame, Tu Namian Jidame. Lagwar de Shunji Tugutu, Tugu Rick, Chairman de Some Genji, Tayo Rishun Dene Kangi, Yajun Chuntak Kangan, Teshin Yubate, Taja Rishun Dene Kangi, Migur Sogan Chesamshi, Sudu Chi Yubate, Tete Toma Manson and Mutu, Rogram Nave, Regushumas, Nade Shunda Trongier, Shunda Che, Tezuto, Overji Jabjota, Lando Yube, Bugushugi, Tere Lunishu Kove, Zeguro, Nazu Dishunave, Control number Kinam, Zedi Chayan, Dirpepa. Laya, Tujicheda, Hajang Gauchon. Near Laya, Sanya Manzo, Yonji, Subshune, Kinambara, Tujichi Shuji, Tado, studying Yede, Yonzo Yangada, Zali, Shiditevo, Pumisaya Trugi, Digi Jamne, Geno Consijango Chimbucho, Dendro Gumbung Tambara, Kuzi Tempatan, Tugi, Shion Tanda, Bemil Hunji Trube, Shiji Yamzum. Digi Jinima Nudu Chave, Mundun the Jet, Chilo Nudon Jobjet, Dao Gobe Zijini, Tuchana.
Sorry, I forgot to mention the English translation of the keynote speech is actually included in the folders for the guests. Tishula Chino Konsakyamgu Chimbo Choki Longo Nyinga Kobe Zegoto Sewe Kalo Sunti Soso Mawanchimi Cho Ne Jalo Shugyu. Next, we have our president who will read the message that we have from His Holiness the Dalai Lama for this occasion.
Ari Minnesota, Purijidun Sokotune, Lonyanga Kobe, Tudin, Zegor Pebe, Kondo Nambatan, Teji Purijidun Sopaka, Nidu, Sotutan to me. Shea Zegoro, Shungen, Pumisajan Manzo, Chetamara, somebody Tashi delay. You. Tobazubane, Tobazube, Chidin Yingboro, Rande Puminam. Pona Choe Punde, Chenjula Yon Membara. Nazu Miyushi Yobde, Drubeton to Chenju to Joyo. Talam Jenji Tuda Dun, Nazu Pumirga Rawada Tensushik. Chituko. Podan Pumirga Luju Yuring Denshin. Ben Nalende Chuju Timamebatan. Tumu Rishungi Chube, Chamsidembe Mirishi. Ram Miriki Chechu Deda Munzi Tukoba Kechemuyi. Teshin Jundu Puminam, Samshu Chikuji Shigan. Zenju Pumin Dizu Satin Pukwile Yosho Yundi Gobatan. Chodan Tarayube Puri Chidun Soba Tetsu. Keji Tuni Demba Changme Shensere. Tabara Degar Chidun Soba Godriwo Kudi Minamne. Podon Dembe Tabzu Yilingu Rabda Rembara. Geji Tinger Kama Petoba Chuma Ngagjoyo. Laya Mudu Mirige Laja Ningdop Shumba Mebeto. Rangri Pumirge Chinoro. Zavlindo Ngomsu Chobe Chuda Rishun. Keyi da Cheba Dengi Jidin Dire. Gogu Chishi Joshi Yuna. Dilu Pumisangme Tonato Zablin Chila, Shabdi Drugecheve, Yijace, Gonge Mulumche, Shaja Gejon Chumawa, Talalame, Rabju Judumbe, Saji, Tao Dumbe, Chubdu, Chilin Yudon Jobje, Tao Jebe, Nishula, Tuchana.
Teacher la Changari Kusat Tunju, Kasu Murup Sirin Ne, Kalop Sunche Nangyu. Next, I would like to request upon Office of Tibet Representative Kasu Murup Sirin La to address the audience.
Touch the land, all of you, touch the land. So Tibetans are normally more peaceful, so but then like even the party-wise on the other side, that's more more like more noisy and louder. So first of all, I really wanted to thank the Tafm president and the board members and the community members for giving me an opportunity, inviting me here to the event, and my colleagues on this great auspicious celebration of 25 years of not only existing but thriving in the state of Minnesota. Congratulations. Today, I also wanted to explain that with me, we are joined by the presidents and the secretaries of 21 Tibetan associations across North America who have come here to attend the 17th annual North America Tibetan Associations meeting. So they are all here, and on their behalf also, I'd like to say thank you very much for inviting us here. Well, Minnesota is always attached to me personally because this is the first port of entry into the United States for me when I and my family members reunited in the year 2000. So there always is attachment, emotion attached with that when you think about the Minnesota. So 2000 was a year that I actually wanted to speak a little bit of those emotions, those experiences, and those meetings. So those were the days when, looking back, I find that there are a lot of new things that I have learned from the Twin Cities, from the state of Minnesota. A new way of living, actually, from grocery shopping to filling gas into your car, to see your children go to school. And altogether a new way of life in the West was what I learned from the state of Minnesota. And I really wanted to say thank you and express my gratitude for this wonderful state. Minnesota has also given me and introduced me to a very new life, a new profession, actually. I was then working in CTA in Dharamshala, mostly in the administration. But then here, due to needs, and I also personally, partly due to my personal belief that if you are here in the United States, you want to do something for yourself and your community still. You don't want to work for some other corporate companies. That is why I started a small store, small business. So that was a new profession for me. And then also in Minnesota, I started with program director's work with the Tafm. Tilla Vesala was the president, and he wanted me to work as a part-time program director, which I very devotionally worked for 6 or 7 months. And later on also had an opportunity to serve as the president of Tibetan American Foundation of Minnesota. And when I was working in the Tafm, we also started language classes for our non-Tibetan American Dharma students of Gyuta Monastery and the Sakya Monastery, Sakya centers here in Twin Cities. We had initially we thought of one class, but the number of enrollment was so much that we finally have to have two classes. And then one class I taught. So that also, is a teaching profession, kind of introduced to me. Then, because of the Sakya Center and because of the Gyuta Center as well, as per their insistent request, I have also volunteered to work as a Dharma translator. That is another, another profession, another job that I have learned, started from this state of Minnesota. So in a way, Minnesota is so much attached to my personal life. And right now, I am working as a representative of His Holiness Dalai Lama. My family, kids are all doing very good, like all the families of the Tibetan community who are here. Particularly my daughter, she was the first Tibetan who has received Rhodes Scholarship. That actually is due to the Massey School. She attended the Massey School when she was 3rd or 2nd grade. And actually that was the time which helped her build academically. And later on, she went to Oxford to study her master's. And then year last, her startup was also chosen by the Forbes magazine as one of the 30 under 30 in the United States. So I'm giving these examples because this is just an example of a lot of other achievements our Tibetan communities have made in the last 25 years. We have lawyers, we have engineers, we have doctors, we have all specialized kind of profession people. And all this is due to what the Minnesota has given us. What the Minnesota has actually contributed to us, to our community to thrive. So this is the time to say thank you so much to the state of Minnesota. And then year 2001, when I was the program director, I had a great experience, great learning experience actually about organizing His Holiness trip in the United States with Marianne and John Linquist who are there and Pam Meyer. It's such an excitement to see them actually. So they were the ones who worked so hard. Many of you perhaps do not know. We had meetings after meetings every 2 weeks in the beginning and then every week after that when His Holiness visit was close to. And the revenue of that visit was the money, the capital with which we bought the community center building which we are having right now. So it's a time for Mariam and Pam Meyer and John Linquist to say thank you so much for all you have done. And Mayo Clinic, as President rightly said, because of Mayo Clinic has taken such a wonderful, extraordinary care about His Holiness' health that every time His Holiness comes here for a checkup, the Minnesota Tibetan community always get a special opportunity to see him. So it's also time for us to say thank you to the Mayo Clinic, who was in Minnesota. Well, this is thank you is a magical word we always say to our children, and it is humanly also great word, ethically great word, spiritually also a great sense of feeling gratitude to some other people or some other beings. So I also remember on the whole, just an experience that when His Holiness was visiting here in year 2001, there was a very special news in the state of Minnesota. The Star Tribune carried out a news that news, and it was that the Abbott Hospital, the Tibetan people, Tibetans who are working in Abbott, wanted to go to see His Holiness. And there were so many Tibetans who were working in the Abbott Hospital that hospital management is finding difficult to let them go. So it became a news. And Tibetans were saying, come whatever may happen, we will go to see His Holiness. We don't care for the job. And then when it carried out in the news by the Star Tribune, a lot of nurses and health workers from across the state said, let the Tibetans go to see His Holiness. We'll come and fill your place. So the Minnesota people is a little special. Well, with these few examples, I really wanted to say that we really feel very, very grateful to those who have helped us when we are really in need of help. However, even right now, we are otherwise quite okay, but situation in Tibet certainly needs more help. It is getting worse and worse, and we need your help. And that is why, well, everywhere we always make an attempt to tell the world and the Congress in the Capitol, the State Department, White House, and the state legislature here also. When we met last time, I had the opportunity to meeting with senator, state representatives, and also Keith. So we still need your help. And then lastly, with these words, I wanted to wish them, the state representatives who are running for election, the very best success in your effort. And with this, we always have to remember that Tibet always need your help. Tibet's situation is always, right now it is in a big, grim sort of situation. So I'm getting a little emotional, but I really wanted to say, your help is still needed for Tibet. And thank you so much for all you have done so far. Thank you.
Dilo Pimi Dixugi, Tuji Chishu, Lo Yimbe, Ari Treso, Kongogi, Tumi Namta, Meyo Menka, Kui MG Nam, Minnesota, Sula Lobrache, La Tuji Shada Bigu Yimbe, Kalen, Kong Kalen, Shuri Kale Yudo Kamagele Chola Chada Charuna Shui. Next, we would like to request upon our Central Tibetan Administration, Religious and Cultural Minister, when Yudo Kamagele to present some token of gift to the state legislatures, Mayo Hospital, and Dr. Mueller, and also University of Minnesota Center for Spirituality and Healing. Please, I'm going to request from you to come up to the stage so Minister can offer you the gifts. I would like to request first for Senator Carolyn Lane to receive the small token of gift that we have. Next, I would like to request upon to present gift to, we have a souvenir for Mayor Dr. Paul Mueller. We thank Mayo Hospital and Dr. Mueller, Dr. Chatterjee, and Dr. Noseworthy for all the care that you have given to His Holiness for many years, and also the hospitality that you have given to the Tibetan people when we visited Mayo many times. Thank you. I would like to request upon Representative Mary Quinish-Pordin to come to the stage and request Officer Tibet Representative Kungo Ngurutsurinla to offer the gift. We would like to also request from the University of Minnesota Center for Spirituality and Healing, we have Miriam here to receive the gift that we have. And we thank University for not only having His Holiness twice, and also always collaborating with Menticon, and having the students over here also hosting them and collaborating all the time and supporting them. We thank you, Min, and also the Center for Spirituality and Healing.
Thank you very much. Yes, thank you.
The 25th anniversary of the Minnesota Tibetan Resettlement Project. Thank you, Ngawan Chimela, President of the Tibetan American Foundation of Minnesota, and to all the board members for giving me this wonderful opportunity to participate in today's grand celebration. We are honored to have Minnesota Governor Mark Dayton, the United States and Minnesota government officials and supporters joining us today to mark the success of Minnesota Tibetan resettlement. Thank you so much for celebrating this special occasion with us today. I am pleased to acknowledge the presence of the Central Tibetan Administration, Religious and Cultural Minister, Venerable Kanma Gelek Yutok, Mr. Ngutup Tsering, the North America representative of His Holiness the Dalai Lama, and my colleague, Mr. Tsawang Rinzin, a member of Tibetan Parliament, representing North and South American Tibetans. I'm also delighted that many of Tibetan Association presidents and board members from other states are able to join us here today. I would like to acknowledge them. Please stand. 28 years ago, I was part of welcoming 1,000 Tibetan immigrants as they resettled across 23 cluster sites in the United States. Who would think that today I would be standing here to rejoice and celebrate the Minnesota Tibetans resettlement. I'm here and very much overwhelmed to witness this day. I vividly recall the National Tibetan Resettlement meeting in Boston with Thubten La and Tara Dadak La. Thubten La and Tara La spearheaded the effort and were instrumental in the successful establishment of the Minnesota Tibetan Resettlement Project. Please join me in recognizing Thubten La and Tara La. Let's give them a big hand. Thubten La. Thousands of supporters and volunteers came from every corner of the country to be part of the historic U.S. Tibetan Resettlement Project. The excitement and enthusiasm resulted in an outpouring of job offers, sponsorships, housing, medical services, and orientations. Indeed, it took a village to get us here and to achieve the most successful Tibetan resettlement project in the world. Today, we see the fruits of the hard work contributed by thousands of volunteers. What a great satisfaction to all involved to be able to enjoy the success of a thriving Tibetan community like the one here in Minnesota, one of the largest Tibetan American communities in the United States. As I speak to you today, I want to, first and foremost, humbly extend my profound gratitude to His Holiness the Great 14th Dalai Lama of Tibet. Without his far-sighted vision, leadership, and unconditional love for his Tibetan people, we would not be here to celebrate this day. Because of His Holiness the Dalai Lama, we are able to preserve our precious Tibetan culture in a free, resourceful, and democratic country, the United States of America. Second gratitude goes to the United States of America for its unwavering support and stance as one of Tibet's strongest allies for human rights. In 1990, the United States Congress granted 1,000 special immigrant visas to Tibetan refugees living in India and Nepal. Many Tibetans came to Minnesota, settling around the Twin Cities in 1992 and 93. Thank you, America. Third gratitude goes to our Central Tibetan administration and staff for working so hard to process the immigration paperwork. Thank you, Central Tibetan administration. Fourth gratitude goes to all the 1,000 Tibetan immigrants who came here to America. They have been true ambassadors of Tibet. In particular, my thanks goes to the Tibetans of Minnesota. I am filled with gratitude and pride to see right in front of my eyes the thriving and growing Tibetan community and the achievements. I can proudly say that the Tibetan community has now become a strong contributing member of the local culture, adding to Minnesota's cultural diversity and enriching its ethnicity. I must, however, say that we face the great challenge of preserving our own culture. Because of the cultural genocide in our native land, Tibetans worldwide struggle more than ever to maintain our rituals, customs, and language. Thank you to the Tibetans of Minnesota for being such a great example of performing the important work of preserving and promoting our rich Tibetan cultural and spiritual heritage. And I can proudly say that the Tibetan American community embraces and implements the principles of unity, innovation, and self-reliance while promoting the awareness of the plight of Tibet. Tibetans aspire to fulfill His Holiness the Dalai Lama's wishes with outstanding academic and social unity. I want to urge all my fellow Tibetan Americans in Minnesota to take advantage of the opportunity available in the United States and to take active part, whether in the political, social, cultural, or economic process. Doing so will not only benefit you all individually, but will also add prestige to the Tibetan American image and the values and the principles for which we stand. His Holiness the Dalai Lama has always advised us to be a good ambassador of Tibet. We have indeed made our mark here. On behalf of 6 million Tibetans throughout the world, including North American Tibetans and Minnesota Tibetans, I offer a profound gratitude and heartfelt appreciation to all of you who stepped up to be our sponsors, supporters, and volunteers. Thank you for your kindness and contributions. You will always be remembered with love and gratitude. Please continue to support the just cause of Tibet, a cause that cannot be forgotten and must not be forgotten. Thank you. Last but certainly not the least, I want to commend and say thank you to all Minnesota American Tibetans for your resilience and contributions to our Tibetan cause and for keeping our Tibetan culture alive. I'm indeed inspired by you all and honored to be your elected representative. Thank you.
Chidu Tema Chadu Sanla Tishula Chidu Changari Chidu Tamarinzi Chola Kalo Sunche Naruna Shugi. Next, I would like to request upon Tibetan Member of Parliament, Mr. Tamarinzi, to address the audience.
Large Sishi Zuji, Consul Haminamde, Kamsum Chegi Jabo, Satin Jeden Yonzogi Nada, Bergi Laname Uti, Gino Consojam Chumbuchogi, Kuba Tondu Buchicholia, Kujangun the Pune, and Teride, Minnesota, Perigidins of Wallonis Sanga Kovata, any Tujishi Minnesota, Zegotolia, Chipjambe, Kundung Zowo, Ngaransu, Pemitizuki, Kashagi, Kutsap, Pendechurikalu. Yuto Kamagile Cho Dagana Shinki Ngaransude, the Richie Jambe, Jamne Gundugide, Minnesota Ngade Tezoki, Tumi Carolyn Lane, Tezo Komegi, Dagana Shin Tezo Megi, Tumi Minnesota Ngadeki, Representative Kunish Podin, Chadijidu, Changari Kuzap, Tunjukanki, Gung Udusenla Ubegi, Leje Namba. Chodakane de Perigidin Sobeki, Sojanlia, Pebe, Sozoda, Sojawa, any Teredelia, Zegotolia, Pebeki, Aranso, Chica, Inji, Jabjoching, Manguji Pedeore, any Labado, Teredina Lolia, Aranso Meo, Meo Menkanki, Amji, Chemo, Tandaku, Lamemba, Dr. Muller, Mrs. Muller, Krans de Peyore. Taganashinki, any Naranso de Minnesota Mima Samalolia, Pemima, Chitul Hanzogi, Subshu, Zaza some detached less Chishui. The Resunshan and Manguchi, now to redeem the Engania to the Shirakaume, then the Tangan to the Minnesota Perigidins of Unye, Lonis and Corbegi to dance, there was Sunzi, Chigi of a Sonsa, Chidane, Chitakarsigure. Today, the Gokarchegi evening, Atsungane,
뒤지도 다가란다 데베 토네 에너지 캐십치야다 치미다 디네가 첨부 레섬구도 손자 미네소달리아 페리치딘 속바스체 토마츠 베캅리아 다칸제 베미직동 콩리아 탄다 토마 페딩에기 네단지 차데요레 엔캅데두 딱 미네소달리아 베미직동 말레 콩리아 탄다데 페체 슝에 탄다 투덴 타달라레 타가나 신키 남게 셸리라레 고남바니 우베기 코라니 네테베 토네 에네 코란일야 잡조칭에 단당가란수 인지 카직 요레 디인디 코란수 디게디기 겐침부 시우지 셰베 토네 가란수데 다 미네소달리아 페미직동 레베캅리아 탄다데 사덴 용야레 데 시자 네투야디 딘데지기다 네단지고 wal이야 ngzu gotsubri 소소랑니 차샤비네 다 미직동 콩리아 레베레 아릴리아 니마 직동 kubju 코시로리아 임비네 구주 코시사 구주 코솜로리아 알레비 ngene ngalle sa thoma di tandang hanzo ari thongje tanda Hollywood Los Angeles la ngalle bre ene dene Los Angeles ya logics de che dene ya Minnesota ya pe che ta khanje di gel ya paral ya tanda Portland ya khanje lokashi de bre imbi ne ta tande chal ya Minnesota che ta khanje lo ni shu tsanga men si ari na ya tinde stu du din du ta digi jurim nang lo ya ngchung ne tanda ngaran chu gi de Minnesota gi perichidin sokba tudien jago chigi or din du Minnesota perichidin soba tanda padoliya cha chubu ne di ne daji kondu shibu nishin ki thoma tanda shija gotsu be kabliya gen shenge number 2 ki kadin chigre de da nyam toliya ani ngaranzu perichidin soba ki ta chokzo dan gyule rimbe ki ta gen shebe thone tanda padoliya ta nge ming phe bi na phajen phe chaya koran yo mare din du ani tanda padoliya perichidin soba ki gyule na nyuke changma ta en lakba tu 지배기 레덴 돌리아 당라나 되게 코너 버도 청말로 양에 대리 계산기 되주들이야 두지 체스 제시야이 대단냠 돌리아 다단다 커스오레 뭐죠 로니생기 제고세체 단다파도 다 미네소라기 별이지된 속바 레 학바도 미네소라리아 예병아란서 베미디게 디 애니 할레베기 따지 커스오레 지조데 차추부단 도디부지 예대버지레 Tandena ne mandawa years labi ne madia ke yomare ta di yang arande Minnesota ki sanne ni imbe son zang ngi shen go ki che shugume imbe ne ngzu tanda phodoli ya charu ro che Minnesota ki pheba chazang ya tha je jore chilo ya yebe pheba che imbe ne Minnesota ki pheba che labe kap ya mikbe taw yo bachi ta pi pezeng ki chu du shibe ne ngaran chu ki chokba di sa den ye de ba ta chokba di ya tha ju ye de ba ta ga na shin ki ngaran chu ki chi so nang lo ya Minnesota chi so nang lo ya ngzo 직 부고도서 대비네 부고디게디 다치수 살론 체체 롭존 체백갑이야 아니 가르쳐 그렇다 롭존 체토보 나동에 응망아란서 베미 직도 나라야 나란서 파마 패딩에기 부고디게디 임비네 단대찰이야 암지 튀는데 바카시 저리 뒤뒤 뒤가서 지속이 응외네 직 멈춰야지 당아란서 뽑아 제고 좋아야지 해섬기요 대단냠 돌리야 단다다 다지 데 미네소라 nga데기 지적이 응외네 뽑아 챔병안에 나란서 페리질이야 ngakjö당 Arsukur Chede number, the Sangmeki Kingiore, Tenzi Dogala Chashabine de, Tanda Shuyore, the Indikalia, Junge Chadeorela, and Naransu Karsure, Minnesota Ngade Shunalia, Chale Nantuyata, Tande Chalia, Minnesota Ngadeki, Mekorgi Ginzi, Rail Directors Cheche, Genshe de Giore, Dinde Imbine, Zungonia, Popa Chegoya, Dindeki, Tangazuchizo, Nalolia, and Shunge Manguchi, Tanda, Yon de Giorela, and in around Tanda de Perichidin Sokbeki, Sokshin, Naudogala Chashabine, Neve Chaneta, Timzebagi, Lageto Betone, Timzeba, Chache, Tanda, Dosi, Dode, Redundi, around the Chizon and Lolia, Dos Debina, Tashunge and Lonia, Pamatsuki Kule Japche, and the Chizon and Lolia, Saru Cheche, Puguzuki, Genshe Betone, and the Chikarsure, Chizon and Lolia, Sensu Tumbeki, Amjire, Rail Director, Dagana Shinki, Tachikasu lawyer, Dinde Manguchi, Tuyungi, or the Indukalia, di Chizoya, which is Saden Yabichiki, Ranshinki Tsungi, or the Indukalia, Kogob Digi Juni, Susungene, any Pamatsolia, any Tsangmeki, Munechi Karsure, Kule Junche, the Namalia, Tuji Chesi Shui. The Indukalia, Tange, Tarentanda, Tudenki, Zagota Devetone, Ngalia, Kazungoma, Devachumbekabia, Puganalia, Sheroches, Sumbri, Daimbine, Tanda Delia, Terin Chazanda, Jipa, Inginalia, Sun Shubure, Sonsa, Susungania, Tsikhashi, and the Inginalia, Shuchovichi, Shui. Good evening, everyone. we are here to celebrate the 25th anniversary of the Tibetan American Foundation of Minnesota. We're here to celebrate the arrival of the 1,000 Tibetans in Minnesota, and it has been 25 years. And as I was saying in Tibetan, that when this first immigration of Tibetans to Minnesota started, we have Thupten Dadak, we have Namgyal Sheli, and we have all our supporters, American supporters that were with them, who were solely responsible for having the Tibetans here. And it has been long, 25 years, but I take this opportunity to offer my deepest gratitude to everyone that's involved in making this Tibetan community as successful as it is today. I think as Tibetans, we all should be proud. And as a Minnesota Tibetan myself, and as a member of the Tibetan Parliament in Exile, I would like to take this opportunity to thank all our American friends. I see some familiar faces here. I would like to thank you all from the bottom of my heart on behalf of the Tibetan Parliament in Exile. We deeply appreciate it, and we continue to hope that we will have a Tibetan community, even a more vibrant and stronger Tibetan community going forward, and we hope to keep in touch with you all going forward. And also, I would like to take this opportunity one last time. I would like to request Dr. Muller and Mrs. Muller to please stand up. I want to thank you, Dr. Muller and Mrs. Muller, and the entire Mayo staff at Mayo, for taking care of our holiness, His Holiness the Dalai Lama. His Holiness is everything to us. He is our heart and He is our soul. We, the Tibetan people, would not have been who we are at the moment and in the future if not for the leadership and blessings of His Holiness. And I want to thank you all again, and have a wonderful evening. Good night.
Di shula kundu nambazu ma shuru na shwe ngazu shala pye yin ma shuru na shwe kundu nambazu ma tebo kala ma pero na shwe shala di chuzu dunda chegala di chire ne kuranzu pye gushusha. Next, I would like to request upon all the chief guest up here to have a seat at the table. Dinner is going to be started. We will continue with our program meanwhile. Anzu zego mutu ni dinangyu yin shela di dunda chegala di chiyo zan shela di pye yin.
Thank you so much. This has been very
nice. Di shula salon chungme taksham tugu cho ne gongsa jamgyun chenpo cho ki tuge tamcha shi kor pimi tsu lakdar gobe kor sungshe nangyu. Next, we will have a speech by one of our Tangshab Tungu Rinpoche, who is grown here, and he will represent the Tibetan youth in Minnesota.
Good evening, ladies and gentlemen. I will first do a speech in Tibetan, then I will top it off with English. Peri Shintun Sopa, Unite, Longonyanga Koi, Tuden Sunzi, Gaton la Chet Pepi, Jail Gendun Namba, Upamidi Zuji, Sitsap, Paden Churikala, Yutokama Yeletang. Shangari page tenje ko modup sirincho Shangari chintuna bani Tejan Sani Kaki Peri Shintun Sobi Genzen Namba Sani Jiperi Kundu Namba Ta Minnesota Shinton Sopi Jale Namba Jaya Sode Kaki Tutsap Nambata Memorial Tamritashi Dele Shujuyans Peri Shinton Sopi Jale Nambi Tenin Kituchendi Vito Shinar Konsa Shangun Chembo Choki Zenam Tandre Kola Kechashu Guji Bokal Nawajan Tikashi Shujur Shu Ranja Kanje Belakal Panchu Sheneze Mi Number Roa Konsa Shangun Chembo Choki Sonsum Chizepa Thai Shiye Patani Ranja Thama Be Jepi Yolin Dijang Tomondo Jin Nangor Jawa Thanji Chemba Ji Gendun Trupata Jawa Ngaba Chembo Ngawaloza Janso Jancho Kezan Janso Sumchi Zetun Shoji the Damba Lejang Konsa Shangun Chembo Kundi Juju Bachoki Tendang Doi Tendo Gonje Ting Sabla Labjinji Zepa Tine Hachang Jachishin Namdang Thai Pashi Changda Jangje Pinani Zamle Na Yos Chapi Tuche Thamcho Sumbo Dada Ngarang Chu Shipitoni Kadin Jire She Gupal Dekha Chembo De Tenchi Ngarang Lona Chuwada Jirum Jilobjong Shenken Jichani Jachembo Shijime Yenawa Teni Tendi Jutsulto Zechisum Tandre Kola Tsikashi Shujur Zechin Tambote Konsa Shangun Chembo Choni Jimt Zamli Sasho Kansar Kalap Nangkap Ngadroa Mishi Yembichani Me Rintang Kontor Tongjutan Droa Mi Shitsola Shide Pelju Yen Shi Sunki Yore Zamli Chela Metang Tushu Dunju Zamyapa Tanje Dunga Mendo Pata Dewan Deba Chiji Yemba Tena La Nang Senji Deji Peje La Chenji Gomba Jachembo Jin Nang Ye Gomba Jiba Juzu Kunga La Manzempar Zamli Yultru Konsa Chipjo Nashin Memala Shamba Dan Hinji Zesen Sochi Pensin Zazi Chembu Nyandu Punun Dushi Zunte Hana Mepi Semla Shide Rintan Cheche Pelte Konsa Tali Lama Shi Tenyen Zamni Sasho Konsa Chapte Chiu Kunji Tudu Kuba Mase Chaparto Zamni Na Chi Nyemba Tapi Nobel Shide Sindata Ari Tutsoji Sech Tama Timba Lenji Tami Tsumbi Tama Jadata Nyada Chewe Tolop Kaki Shachir Jakachu Mese Shacheso Bulji Nante Tati Par Zamnik Loju Nang Zinta Mashun Jike Jilab Chinchi Utu Shit Chuye Zecheni Parisu Manchepi Shiwata Nambi Chulu Parta Nancy Pejan Nante Sake Kanye Penda Chibi Chuju Pala Tutun Tumsam Pension Tanaki Chaptap Naye Tenya Konsa Choni Nampani Shurut Churwa Yishu Kache Hindu So Nampi Par Tadru Munda Mato Shamse Nyamle Shenken Chiju Yembata Droa Mela Penden Rupken Chiju Yembichani Shurut Churvi Chulu Tama Kusi Shugu Sunanki Ye Sumba Chijin Shanlen de Tarte Chulu Tedaki Ututa Lachen Nambatan Pension Nishun Punen Dushi Zunte Jatet Nawatan Shambatan Ninji Zosen Kompeton Tapkola Donle Nawa Sochi Lamni Shinanki Chulu War Pension Zatun Tamsab Shuye Tenga Potatarvi Nanchu Te Tumbachanin Diji Le person be Dambichu Chema Mepa Pela Tachap Shishi Yenawa Nilu Chichu Mato Pataki Pejilami Ranzo Shiba Yulu Londe Shichi Te Demba Mebe Dibjet to Pejin Nanten Tejin Panalendane Jibitadu Timame Yenshi Pendu Chudunchi Shatan Satunto Sande Sasum Nande Tarbina Lateni Zamni Shinje Mampo Nambita Dubla Yuan Trobata Chulu Jenda Mandawa Zamni Na Chinyamba Tabi Tseri Ping Shite Tinduji Risa Tseri Pampumanyam Shivshetu Bashuye Pojin Nante Sage Kanyi Risu Manchepi Jesula Tusa Nyamji Nante Chepil Nashi Chuju Teda Tam Yulu Penta Chipar Shinyam Zishonawi Kadin Latene Chuju Nam Pensun Tutun Tumson Tananki Chapatam Chuju Tommy Chu, Jendo Kurshi, Tembida Pochuyu. Jechen Sumba de Pedon Denta Satap Nayu. Sure Pacho Sheni Zech Namtul, Constation in Chembochoni, Cherap Chua Mamborilla, Pemeri Gunja Punyan Zeye. Sheparto, Consakoni Juju Pachembochoni, Page Nitan Zara, Yandajin de Churi Kapsu, Gunda Chuduni, Chusunichi Utuchi Tugenji. Drama to Putin Dushi, Utubi, Tejo Manzo Jung, Sardu Nante, Jum Moment qui Widem Shipi, Utut la Titranaye. Donna, Pemeri, Jawan Lasso, Tonto, Jabe Par, Nipe Umelamni, Pedon da Seltap Tang, Kangitumo Manye, Beduja Chui, Rancha Pemenamji, Jela Shangji Simpi, Shanchuji Sentam, Tony Jitawi, Koto Peltapsur, Nanchula Lomier Gupa, Peili Jembiki, Jeme, Rintan Chevi, Pechki, Jean Gupa, Peminam, Mipe Rupi, Yarazan Shoot, Denje Gusuchi, Kalopta Dantashin, Dushu Chamni Tamba, Shinor Konsa Shango Jimbo Choki, Tureta, Marie Ranuji, Kate, and Rijun. Tumu Chichu Munyam Junzo Shegupa Hajan Culture Munzo Shugi Narang Produce Yubingoni, Kuyuta Shuto Chindashina, Salon Shegushumana, Matupar, Pomerijing Owo, Chuta Riju, Kei Sola, Junga Yopashi, Nibashetu Pachusen Temboyum. Traditional Consortium Chimbo Choki, Zameshi de Pankage, Lajin, Manataki, Shabitin, Tuji Tada Dupi, Mendo Shujayan, Tujiche. Oh, that was weak. Thank you for asking me to say a few words today as we celebrate the Tibetan American Foundation of Minnesota's 25th anniversary. I am happy to see all of you and thank our honored guests and the government officials who made time to join us today. I know that it is due to the kindness of many people that we are celebrating this wonderful occasion. The Tibetan community welcomes Honorable Kalna Venerable Yutokama Yele of the Department of Religion and Culture of the Central Tibetan Administration of Dharamsala. And we welcome His Excellency Ngurup Tsinila, who represents His Holiness the Dalai Lama, in addition to the two officials who represent the Central Tibetan Administration of North America. I am 11 years old, still considered young, and don't know everything that His Holiness the Dalai Lama does every day. But as Tafm's Board of Directors asked me to speak to you, I will share what I understand about him. I am very grateful to His Holiness the Great 14th Dalai Lama, as we have a very happy and healthy Tibetan community here in Minnesota due to his kindness and support. Without his efforts and activities, none of this would exist for us as a community. I am very inspired by the example of how His Holiness the Dalai Lama lives his life as a spiritual leader in our world. As I understand it, he has three main responsibilities. First, he has devoted his life to traveling the world and meeting with spiritual leaders and political leaders to increase peace and kindness in our world. He has also requested that we make our planet free of war and destroy our weapons. He has made me understand that world peace is dependent on each of us being a patient and kind person. Second, he has dedicated his life to practicing and teaching Buddhism. To Tibetans, he is the great Bodhisattva Cherenzik in person. Thousands of devotees attend his teachings on Buddhist philosophy all over the world. Third, he has been especially kind to Tibetans living inside and outside of Tibet. He has taken care of us as our families have settled in cities all over the world, including in Minnesota. In conclusion, I really appreciate the kindness of His Holiness the Dalai Lama and hope to always remember to follow his example in my life. I wish His Holiness the Dalai Lama and everyone who is working for peace in this world a very long life. I also wish all of you here today much happiness and a good life. Thank you.
Kirtan, Lebe, Nelen, Tungu, Ramnanke, Tuden Dada, Santa Gonda, Sasu Tarala, Chagas Sure Pigu, Peshin, Pumi, Toma, Jogap, Robin Nanke, Chik, Chagasura Pigu. Next, we are starting the part of recognizing all the leaders and individuals who have contributed and making this organization a successful and a good contributor to this, not only to the state of Minnesota, but as a state country of U.S. Tangbodela, Sanela, Tangbo, Tungunanye, Tuden Dada Chola, Chagasure Bigui. Next, we would like to request Tuden Dadala, who is the founder and coordinator for the Tibetan Americans who have first come to Minnesota back in 1992, I think 92, 93. We are so grateful to you because of you and many others who have supported and laid the foundation for this organization. We are thriving right now and a successful community, and we request upon Tuden Darala to come to the stage.
Namazuchi Kuchi Serana Tatering on the Loni Senga Kove, Tewokavlaya, Debe Loni Senga Nalaya, Chidu Sobatune, Unetane Gule Junior Samulolaya, Manzo de Tujilimuchiage, Banuchi Tiore, Tina Le Mixe, Tudin Darala, Zuben Nami, Unetane Lodina Laya, Tangochi Dongoja, Kuju Kosuna Lola, Poverty Jad Tustambe Kavlaya, Kule Shubish Gyonche. Big Tambalaya, the Dulum Rabateche, Tine go to Jang, to someone delaya, those favorite. Tines was an Antu Soben one, Tari Darala Laya, Tuji Shugi, and a Lerigi Bardiche, Tari Delaya, and Chagaji Puyi. Tines was an Chaga Delaya, Chagapuni did, and the Konto Somanache, Mando Pumiti Zukasha Guza, Yudo Kamakila, Chusi, Chivina, Chagati Puyi, Tochana.
Minnesota gi nalaya thoma michi don phebe gi loju she go wi or dele ta ju ringbo ji gi nalaya shala meba yinza togo te to we ro ches te ta da thongo na na kesi madem ba ina gonsen shu yi ani dari de chedunga be gi ani madam the permit dizu gi kala chodan ta na shin gi chudi number ni Tagana Shingi Aritunju. Je Ani Tanda Sajo Kasakan Pedengi Sozo Tangmaloya Nye Toma Tesh de Leshuayi. Ani Ta Lo Nishutanga Kore Lo Nishutanga Siduganla Chikchena One Tanegi during Boro Chade Viore. Ta Yimba Inayang Tadang around Ta Delia Sanya Kazakanegi Chidu Sobe Chozo Pe Deva Indu Tangarangi Buguchik Shuayu. De Kaya se Shuba Ina Dangarando Jango Rinpochengi Ani Kadi Nyachidang Habratu Ani Tenju Shungi Kadi Latin Cheche Ngaranzo Sama Luxche Ledia Yore Dije di Ani Maombagi Sunza Choleya Une Nende Yakbo Cheche Ma Deshe Mangaya di Pe Misiri Kechimbre Samga Dindeji Kadu Yine Ngara Tendegiyo Ani de Ganlaya Ani Ngaranzo Chapju Shungi Ani Chasiki Tatu Kandeji Himba Inayang Di Mutu Cheche Ani Shunge Choleya Chik Choba Soso Ngane Payare Habradu Soso Pamazoge Paya Dik Pe Misri Kechimbre Sam Dindejik Ngarangi Chadu Bugu Shuyayi Ani de Tolaya Tamangarangi Maneta Chikaza Inji Tolaya Shesho Son Kanang Son Ta Chiglo Yatsle Ani Kapkalaya Ani Susu Lole Yondukan La Susu Ki Lumbegi Kedi Danglaya Shorcheche Kabri Inji Laya Inji Ki Translation Dinde Goya Ki Nyagakan Le Degdu Dinde Ki Tonya Nyudu Shoba Ina Gonda Shuayi. As a co-founder of Tibetan American Foundation, I would like to share some of history. I came here in 1986. I was one of 2 Tibetans in Minnesota. At that time, there was no Tibetan organization in Minnesota. Americans know little things about Tibet. Maybe some people know His Holiness' name, Dalai Lama. One time I was in a public talk, asked me, is Dalai Lama from Thailand? I say, why? He is a monk. His Holiness always remind us, Tibetan, be a voice for Tibetans inside Tibet. It is our duty and our dignity, responsibility. Dengaranzo samagi nge goajak. Jangorumbache khadu kalom nang bayinaya. Suzo prabayi sam goadik pemisir kechembures. Dindaji kanangu ore dijadi tule ya jana wadik pemise kechembudu. So in 1987, I and my ex-wife, Tara, and a few Americans, we created the U.S. Tibet Committee. Tara is my ex-wife. She is one of the key figures who sent 200 invitations to the Tibetan resettlement project. She worked day and night. Unfortunately, she able to not attend it today. This was the first Tibetan organization in Minnesota. We are small but very, very active. De kablaya suzungone propaji in samche. Tadagi nedan dine mare suzu michik ni dinde jing ne kabla yon du soso ki rikshung soso ki mirik jizo ten che che kare chigo na samsam ki ngata di pe shuk chimbo yore da nga zam mare pe bang ngama le de ke tsangma lo la dinde ki tsowa di yore. Then in 1989, His Holiness Dalai Lama won the Nobel Peace Prize, and the world opened its eyes to condition inside Tibet. This helped us much and giving a new energy our Tibetan movement. In 1999, I visited Dharamsala because I was working in an exhibit festival nation in Minnesota. I had a private audience with His Holiness for his advice. He asked the Office of Tibet in New York to assist me. They did. Later, 1990, I got a phone call from Office of Tibet, from Rinchen Dolola, because the Congress passed approved 1,000 visa for Tibetans in honor of His Holiness Nobel Peace Prize. Rinchen Dolola asked me at the time if I would coordinate the Tibetan resettlement in Minnesota. I agreed, yes, I'm Tibetan. Of course, yes, I'm so excited. It's my joy because I feel I have a community now. So October 1990 was the birth of the Tibetan community in Minnesota. We got first volunteers and we organized. We learned that the new Tibetan would not have a refugee status and no public funding because the American government policy said Tibet is a part of China. Tanda di Zambulingi Nalaya, Japju Mambujile de Gore, Imba in a Japju de Gedi, Puralo de Ari Shungi Japju Gitona Yon de Gore, Najugi Uti Yantabagi, Dixuji on a Yonsha on the Ganlea, Nazu, Chimilia, Boache Yobajik. Today in Narangi Lab de Go, Nazu Babayon, de Gen de Gedi, Suzuku Pama, the Pingaling Vanashi Yombratas. They told ya ngazo ngone powa che yoba che rela ani tanji khondu shiwa na shingi ngazo japju dikzu da jangwe rimbache katin di namya majiba na goya de kechim bres yang chadu ngen de shugo yodi. The project would have done with the private funding and the volunteers. We need to get the job letters, temporary housing, medical health for each Tibetan. And every need has to be covered before could receive the first group of Tibetans. Because of the kindness of the Minnesota, we recruit over 300 volunteers. Dinala permit jaza tujule de yore. Kozo male kola ya, ngaju del ya, tanan chige, ari pejimi sumja lazijik. So there yore. I think we all remember the first gathering, first Unitarian Church, Marian and John Langos. That's the first I met. And I'm happy to see you guys here and the other friends of Tibet. We arrange host families and doctors and the lawyers, other helpers, many of you are here today. lot of here host families. Can you stand up and give big hand to the people who help for the families? Can you please stand up? Please stand up. Without you, this is not going to be happen. Thank you very much. Thank you. We never forget your kindness. This is we learned from our masters and through our culture to remember kindness. So again, I'd like to thank you all. We are reunited. And we have a lot of work to do. Work to do for Tibet. As Pamela mentioned, Pamela is who also coordinator of Salt Lake City. And we know each other very well, and we know how to work hard for this project. We got job letters from Hyatt Hotel. I know personally Hyatt Hotel CEO I met in Chicago. I asked the stories about 1,000 Tibetans, and he said, I give you 30 people a job letter. That's how we started. And we carried that letter and we went Hilton Hotel, many restaurants, and getting all those jobs. And my own personal business, we sent the invitation. In December of 1991, I believe you all remember, Jude monks created sand mandala at the Institute of Art. Do you remember that? We have a lot of fun. It's a permanent sand mandala at the Institute of Art. This got a huge publicity. We got more volunteers. In April of 1992, we met the first three Tibetans in Minneapolis airport. Please stand up, Namja Dochela and I believe Dawatashila. If they are here, please stand up. Those are the people who came to Minnesota out of 1,000. And one moved into Washington, D.C. Since then, 1992 to 93, our numbers are 160. And we actually sponsored 200. Then the Tibet office at the time, they requested 25 to 1 sent to LA, 25 ones to Salt Lake City. And then later on, 10 people who didn't have, not Salt Lake City, sorry, sent to St. Louis. St. Louis, I'm mixing up the state. Pamela said, no. So St. Louis. And then end of the year, of course, it has to be a deadline. The state gives a deadline. 1993 has to be completed 1,000 visa. So then they asked me again, the 10 out of 1,000 and 10 people who couldn't able to finding the job letters and also the hosting families. And then they're sent back to Minnesota again. And so we have to start over to finding them host families and to jobs. Even people who came earlier, they're giving their apartment for two to 3 months. In March of 1993, I met again with His Holiness Dalai Lama. He sent the videotape message to new arrival with his advice. In our meeting, he advised me to open the branch monastery of the Gyudu to serve the community. So we have a Gyudu branch monastery since 1994 to up to today, and they're serving for the community. He gave a name, Gyudu Wheel of Dharma Monastery, Gyudu Chogurgun. Jango Rinpoche rangi, ani di Gyudu Tazangi ya Nyinsen Shushawa mare, tanda Suzo ya Lam Degengi, Kansaki ya Shushawa mare, Jango Rinpoche ngi, Chiran Gyudu Tazangi, Yalachi Ngebra Zugo Gudu, tanda Gyudu Tazanga ya Docheche, Dije di Jawarimche Karnansong, Dije Tola ya Gonsen Narochi Shushu Cheche, ani Gupju Kopshili ya tanda Gen Gundu Kyasang, ani tanda Ngaranzun Shaba Chuji Rinpoche, Choko ni number de Pebre, Peje Tanda Palaya, Gyudu Tadangi, Tachudo Nala, Nirikari Nangi Yoba Dita, Miman Samia Gichenser, Denge Shumagovache. There's Loyazele in the Yigetu Yabo Tonge Mindo, Anian Tuzo Gova in Nagonda Shuei. His Holiness is wisdom and kindness gives us everything we need. Build our community happy and success. Ngazul Nanshingi, Zambulingi Nalaya, Kapjuba Kazu Yore. Ngazul Nanshingi, Dixu Yodege. Di gong la ya kap chu sa yo denge nga zo pheba ma do yo ma re di nga ran po wa ta di khatu ne thang go re thana nge gong do ya re gu shu ba na shin che che ani chulo kha re ta ga na shin gi da da bimi ji de so ba Minnesota re di nga zo ma shen je so le ya lob de shu ya di ke chim bu shi bu ji thong ge dong ya sam ba le ya Nazo Chapsiki Gode Imba Inanda, Lene Kandeji Imba ini, Chudovana she do degi redele, somebody there go or a ding as a tenjo digzure. Digi Tatublea, Kushap Shuyatan. Javarimbuche Kasun Chitu Shuyating Azuk Langas to the rest and not the 10 they will Kaduini. The Jadu Yang Bekushuyayi. Tibetan American Foundation has many elected president and board of members who have carried the original mission through today, upholding His Holiness' advice for our community, Tibetan culture preservation. Our community leaders have done a great job. Thank you, Kondo Ngazogi. Gungodu Tiringla, Suma Nanshin Cheche. Madugi Lengenjik Tum Yorede, Lengen de Mutune Nevalea, Ani Chozo, Tagananshingi, Tomi Samalogi, Genshi Cheche, Tadangatu Minnesota Siadi, Keda de Yordayandi. Zambuling Nala, Petasara Chada, or Pemichizo Nalea. Matu communities doing Tangbong Azure. Poike Labda Zinda Zoe as a Minnesota Tambure. The Kongi President, Tanda Ladoki President, Dekabki, Ani Guletugi, Kadi Nyachi Latenche, Nebare, Konzo Tamalaya, Jatu Tuchen and says Chayabuji Tabrona. The Minnesota Tibetan community is famous worldwide with a good reputation for our unity, for being effective and active. We can celebrate success of our Tibetan community together today, I would like to dedicate our success as a community to long life of His Holiness Dalai Lama. Tadun dilaya ngaranzo gerchi kangitolaya ani ngone tane yabune de de jangurumche kati nyachi re de kaduine ya tan debayina susolaya lamdo doya dang susolaya ani chik seru chimbayina ringdu ne thubya gi nibadi tende yore samthangi do tinde inza jangurumche kati de kaduine the work has been one of the greatest joy and the satisfaction in my life and the commitment. Suzuki Nuba Kantuji by Naya. Don't to be a day, Tari, Minnesota, Nala, Pebin, Pet against Gati Nyachi Latenche and at the day. Stage di gang la ya la ni keja shaya di khona ba ge kuti dinge namya jegi mela ani muthu ne ngazo chizo di yabo yoya ge chatu mende shuge tuchena
Tuden dara la tujiche di shula ngazo ta Sane Minnesota Toma Gotsu ne anzu Tuden dara la charo shunye anzu shige mi mangbu jiyore Kuranso la tuchi shue yin. Next, I would like to call upon Tibetan community supporters John and Marianne Lindquist, Pamela Meir, Roman Orest, Miriam Cameron and Mike Ormond, and all the sponsors. We don't have all the names, but we would like to request to come at the stage. We would like to offer a token of appreciation scarf and a book by His Holiness the Dalai Lama. Please come up on stage to receive the small token that we have. We would like to thank you all. I want to read the names again. John and Marian Lindquist. They have served as board members and helping Thupten Darak and many other leaders of our community to build this organization, lay the foundation to have the successful community that we have. We are thankful and grateful to you for all your support. I want to share some experience that I have. I got the list from Pema Taksala, and I was trying to go through and find names and address, and I know there are many other people who have supported us who are not able to join us today. And I apologize, I tried my best. Some of the letters returned back because the address have changed. Some have moved, and so we couldn't connect with everyone. But we want to thank everyone who have supported our community. I know there are many others out there. Please come up to the stage. And also Thor Anderson, who have been supporting us in many ways. Thor, if you're out in the crowd, please come up to the stage. I have seen pictures of many of you in our family members and community members who have many memories with you guys. Building this community that what we have right now. I can't imagine how much of struggle and how much of hard work that it has been, because we have just for one day to organize this. There are a lot of work, so thank you all. We also have a certificate of thank you for some of the board members also. So if Roman Oris, Pamela Mir, Mim and Mike. Thank you all. We can never forget the support that you have provided to our community. And we can assure you we try our best as the board members or the Tibetan community leaders try to keep up your work. If there are other the supporters or sponsors who couldn't come here today, if the Tibetan families can come and receive the gifts so you can pass it on to them, we would really appreciate it.
Teje kondu shuya ka ni jilha desha de tangaran zoge pede chide chobe ge na le ya thoma gozo de ne ani sisha mach khanu sing se ya jore da ngaz Minnesota ni mangbo ge ha ko re khora wone thame ge ane khora kati chembo yimba dang ane dj le ya ngazo ge gubju khosum le ya enero khora da guzu masimbare dj le ya nge chadu tuchena je shuya ge dengi je ngarang ge semna la yodal hasha to remember late March Knusin, who is very kind and loving, very active with the Tibetan community, early board members, and we have to remember her. and also an arrow. She involved in 1993. Since then, for many years, she have worked hard and all of this. So please keep our mind and have a prayer for good life and hopefully to reborn in the Tibetan community. And one thing I forgot, John and Marian Langus, in their office we used as a Tibetan American Foundation for many years. I'd like to thank you, both of you. Thank you. And then Nina and Eric, where are they? Nina and Eric, Army Readers, one of the well-known magazines in the Twin Cities. And they sponsor a newsletter, Yakety Yak, very well known. So please give a big hand with the John, Marian, and there are so many of you guys helped us, but I have no time to naming everybody, and thank you very much.
I also want to mention, I have found out, and I want to thank some of, like Tutenla mentioned, that who are not able to be here today. I have found out Marilyn Manson, who has been one of the leaders. She has passed away, so she couldn't be here among us. Also, Marge Knudsen and Ann Errol, who some of us who have later joined in know how much of support that she has been and how much she has done for our community. And so we want to remember all of them and thank them for their support to our community. Di jela nga so tanda tuden la nyamdo tuden la nangmi so ta pinje so ki charo mangbona yore di ma se tanda namge wandu la Quran sane la ngema ne tangbu yo sang Quran ki charo mangbuji na yore konzo la tuji che shugyi. Next, we would also like to thank Anila Aningawala, Punso Sawala, and Punso Kesang Wangdura, Namge Wangdula, for helping with the 160 resettlers. I remember I want to share some of the stories that I've heard. I know my sister, who actually was at her sponsor's house, made a phone call, which resulted in, I think, $500 charges on the phone call. So I know there are many fun stories like to share. I know Tutenla has provided his whole house for the, those people who have joined in here. And Anila and Punsola, they have been like family members and welcomed them all to their house. I know Punso Namge Wangdula has, I think many of the community members have stories about how much he has helped and used his truck. He has got a truck that is used to haul everything around and help in many ways. Thank you all. DJ la pyogi sadun chu lodang tan keje legu wa sanegi mimang khachi la chaga pyogi. Next, we have many Tibetans among us, some of the Tibetans who have sacrificed their life and have done a lot of active Tibet awareness, cause activities, and we would like to thank them, and we would like to request Office of Tibet Representative Murup Siringla to give this.
Namazuchi Serona Guch, Tadangazu Toji Somanashi, Potisi Miriki Chido, Kusolodanange, Sejagowanange, Geji Banabasumlaya, Nazuchi Sobengone, Teridelea, Ane Chidu Chai, Ane Dinesozang, Azo, Tangone Tanege, Chidon Gupia, Kuchukota, Nidon Nalolaya, Manzo Sane Rane, New York, Nyamdi Jazo Dulaya, Lodan Chembotone. This is Mirik Chodu and Dina Yor, Dina Sonza Guji. Tanda something la Sumana Shisha, Yegalada, Doji Yevla, Ane Tizi Tansola, Namasuya, Pero Chishe, Toche.
Doji Yevla, Yigala, Tenzi Tansola, Ane Rimbu Tenzi la. Igala doji kebola tenzi tangsola Quran so seje ngogo shuyore. Doji Gebola, Ichela Igala, Tenzi Changson la, Tine Rimbu Tenzi la Yona, Rimbula de Piena, Rimbula Piena, Yash Perona. Rimbula yewe, Rimbula ya pesho, Rimbula de yena, Rimbula perona,
Rimbula ya perona, Rimbula nazo Medisane Sanege Mijiri, Koran Jule Jurimbunabere, Tawa de Podong Tolaya, Lengu, Rabda Rimba Bena yor, Dinesuda, Namo Chashu Chimadarona Tuche.
Rimbula has done many activities to bring Tibet awareness. He has bicycled all around the world, I think. And also, many of us remember here, he has prostrated from, I think, state capital to downtown, if I remember correct. So he has done many other activities, always active, bicycled in the city to bring Tibet cause and Tibet issues in the front. Next, we have Tibetan Cultural School or Tibetan Language class right now, Tibetan Language School, and we remember fondly our late Mr. Wangye Rizikularla, who have contributed so much to our Tibetan Language School. We want to recognize his contribution to our community, to our language class, and to request upon his family member to receive this token of appreciation. Rimbula nangmi ya chikperona konda kuchi gewangela tongye shinsha degi nangmi ya chikperona konda
Kewajala nami perona tochana gush. Kewajala shisha dege lantuchidun sobage labde thola kole halave kyoyore. Tochana.
di jela anzu chidin sobe chozo da gile subanamla chada chpye. Next, we would like to offer a token of appreciation to the former board members of Tibetan American Foundation of Minnesota. And I would like to request, I will read the names if you can come up to the stage. We have a certificate from our community and also from the Central Tibetan Administration. First, Tuden Darala, if you can come up to the stage, please. We have Pemba Banari. Pemba Banari, please. Pemba Banari, please come up to the stage. Rimbu. Rimbula ya perona. Sherab Sumula ya perona. Sunam Chudunla ya perona. Sherab Sumula, Dijela Sunam Chudunla. Sherab Sumula. Sunam Chudunla. Tashi Togela. Tashi Punso Sangjang. Tashi Punso Changzang. Rimbula. Sherab Somula. Dine Tashi Togela Piguna. Tashi Punso Changzang Perona. Tashi Soba. Tashi Soba La Ya Perona. Sherab Somula. Sunam Chudunla. Tashi Chanzan La. Tashi Soba La Ya Perona. Sange Tsewan Suzan La Perona. Sange Tsewan Suzan La. Kundo Sirin La. Kundo Sirin La. Ine Kunjo Pejan La. Kunjo Pejan La Tashi Soba La Pesude. Kunjo Pejan La Jela Lopsan Hadun La. Lopsan Hadun La Perona. Toga Tashi La Perona. Kunjo La. Kunjo Pejan La Du Dijela. Toga Tashi La Pesu. Namge Doji La Perona. Namge Doji La. Namge Doji La. Pema Dijin La. Toga Tashi La Pesu. Toga Tashi La Tuche. Anila. Pema Dejina. That's it. Lopsa Namrula Perona. Lopsa Namrula Perona. Lopsa Namrula. Lopsa Doji Nyana. Lopsa Doji Nyana. Lopsa Doji Nyana. Pema Doma Nobu. Pema Doma Nobula. Namye Rangola. Namye Wandula. Namye Wandula. Lopsa Hamula. Sunam Dejela. Sunam Dejela. Lodola. Tuche. Aje Pemala Tuche. Ne Sunam Dejela Perona. Sunam Dejela Pesha de Hava Dojila. Ani ngawan churun sawola. Tawa Walek. Tawa Walek. Namye Wandula. Kashitobgela. Kebu Sirinla. Kebu Sirinla. Kama Wanchula. Doji Kanchula. Kesan Kyo. Kesan Gyazo. Kesan Kyo. Kesan Gyazo. Ke Dawala. Lota. Mati musician bodi na Hawala. Tujche. Kama Wanchula di shu tuche shugin. Kesan Gyazola ya perona. Tendo Nobu ya perona. Kama Wanchula tujche. Kesan Gyazo de. Kesan Gyazola peso. Tuche. Kebula Tuche. Tenzi Sirinla ya perona. Oh, yeah, this good. And the pay is bush. Yeah, pay this. And don't know. The shoe this guy, yeah, pay this. Tile Sela ya perona. Tile Sela. Kesan la tuche. Tendo Nobula tuche. Chile Sela. This guy. Chile Sela tuche. Sogula. Tuche Chile la. Sogula.
나머지 것이 칭찬하나 나도 댄스라 참로 개념벌에 제자 댄스라 다 균래 유린슈 배지 로쪽선 주시나요래 그래 자슈 쇼비 다와나 것이 도체나
Tuchena 댄스라. Dine tanda Chiri Yangzomla perona. Ani Chiri Yangzom Banari. Dine nganzu khashi ming ma the wadinde sare ya phero na nganzu cha dipyu ya phero na thanda gule na nyunge yona ya phero na dula nganzu tengi to che sare nganzu tengi to shlin ba to di na che sana suna wange la wala sare suna wange la ya phero na pubuti namge la phero na pubuti namge la ya phero na Three young zum la pe na. Ada three young zum la. Ah, dire, suna wangela bala mara. Suna wangela bala mara. Suna wangela. Uru samola pe na uru samola nanda de pingye kasore gule na nyuye yana ya dula pero na aje chewa yana aje tengi tochi na nge tanda aje kunjo la ta tri yanzom la khatu ine ngazo charo Taring page tanda sondu shashane ire tanda janzen ladev ki ngu tuye da kari ine charo na tuche shugi tula pero na anzo kasore chage chunji juye shega pero na sri anzo lata te pronste la tuche Andine anzo tanda shenda thadine charo nange Sirinda shila yore Sirinda shila ya pero na anzo Kula koi na Kula chi pero na Kula la ranjar rwa katine overtime re anzo la gadi tu che shugi Kula tu che na tine anzo tama de anzo katine rishun tabdun la gyabgyo nange tanga dote ruga ta ani geshe ruga ni ya pero na anzo tu che gi shage chunju chu Cho topge la yona di mena cho sunam la geshe ne pero na ani dote ne michik pero na shaga shega cho topge la pero na Ne anzo lesa, ke lesa.
Namazo kushi chik sero na tanda nga zo jidun soba ki chozu soba da gyule soba tsamalo kesa ngema ne nga zo pechi dunra nyi son kola ya namalo tsamalo sera na yu jidun soba leung la topiro chi shobi yi tari dila ya tsempo ya digi di gyule soba da chozu soba dila pepe digi yi ani dila pepe matu nge namba tsamalo nga zo dila level nyagi ani jil tu pugi ishwe to chena.
On behalf of Tibetan American Foundation of Minnesota, we graciously thank everyone who was able to join us tonight on this momentous occasion in celebrating our 25th anniversary. And we again thank everyone who played an important role in helping build our community since 1992 to the present moment. Firstly, we are forever grateful for His Holiness the Dalai Lama for his guidance and tireless efforts for which started the 1,000 visas for Tibetans in exile. Additionally, to the representatives of His Holiness and the United States Congress for their work in getting approved the 1,000 visas so that Tibetans in exile can have a better life in the United States and have the means to preserve our culture and traditions. Furthermore, in addition to those previously mentioned, we have many individuals who have volunteered numerous hours and helped our community in many different ways. Without naming everyone, we would like to thank all those who are here with us and those who have passed. We would like to thank all the performers for this evening also. At this moment, if we can take a moment to applaud all the volunteers and performers for the evening. I would now like to thank the following special guests for attending our event and addressing to our community. Governor Mark Dayton, Congressman Keith Ellison, Religion and Culture Minister Yuto Karma Gelila, North American Representative of His Holiness the Dalai Lama Ngudup Tsiringla, State Senator Carolyn Lane, State Representative Peggy Flanagan, State Representative Mary Kunish Pudin, North American Chitus Pema Chatutsala and Sawa Rinzila, and Taksham Tugula. Thank you also to Senators Amy Klobuchar and Tina Smith, Representatives Betty McCollum, and Minneapolis Mayor Jacob Frey. Please give a round of applause to our guests. From the beginning in 1992, there were roughly 160 Tibetans, and now we have approximately over 3,000 Tibetans. To summarize what we have accomplished in the last 25 years, at the Tibetan American Foundation of Minnesota, we hold weekend language classes, music classes, tutoring and mentoring program for high schools and middle school students, ACT and SAT preparations, and annual flu shots, and many more other programs. I have been fortunate to immigrate here at a very young age and attended the weekend language classes and music classes. Now I am able to give back to our community by serving on the board. At our current center, we have 4 classrooms in addition to the main hall with about 170 students attending our language classes. Our community has grown exponentially that the current center is far too small for our students. With the need for a larger space, we are in the process of finding our future culture center. We have used our current space in St. Paul since 2003, and now it has reached its limit to accommodate our community. At a larger space, we hope to have more classrooms so that all of our students are taught in an appropriate space, and we also hope to host our events in a larger hall. Finally, we hope that the state of Minnesota and its officials and all of our dear friends and community members will financially support us in making our goal to purchase a new culture center a possibility. Once again, on behalf of the Tibetan American Foundation of Minnesota, I thank you all for attending our 25th anniversary and Thank You Minnesota event. I'd also like to give thanks to all the current board members and staff for tirelessly working to organize this event and making it a success. We will continue to have a couple of more entertainments, so please enjoy the rest of the evening.